Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Financial Spotlight. I'm Chantrell, and I'm here to give you financial tips and tricks that are going to help you on your road to know your money. So today, what I want to talk to you about is setting up a budget. I want to do like a 7-part series of this where I'm talking strictly to moms and dads about saving or budgeting with children. So we see a lot of people talking about setting up these budgets and putting together plans and savings and all of this. And I always think to myself in my mind, like, do they have kids? Because it's not easy to save $4,000 a month when you have children, depending on how many children you have. They are expensive. Babies are more expensive than the older children, but regardless, children are expensive. And then when you put together, if you have pets, if you have a spouse that likes to spend, like I do, and if you have just different things going on, it's very difficult to budget your money in those situations. So, what I wanted to do is just come on here with a little plan for you guys. It's going to be 7 parts. So today is part 1, and then I'm going to unfold or unpack this over the next 7 videos so that you can just start putting your budget together and maybe trying to figure out a plan that is best for you and your family. So the first thing that we need to do is to set a goal. So what are your goals for your family, for your life? Do you want to go to, on a vacation in a couple of months? Do you want to buy a home in a couple of years or in a year? Do you want to buy a new car next year? What is your goal, your ultimate goal for saving the money? Because a lot of times, if you have that goal in mind, it makes it easier for you to get to your end result if you know exactly what you're trying to get to. So you want to write that down on a piece of paper somewhere, or if you like the computer, put it in the computer. I'm a paper person, so I have a million journals, like books and things, just writing down all of my goals and things that I want to do. So when you have that in plain sight, write it down and make it plain. Then what you're going to do from there is figure out your money plan. So basically, when you're putting your budget together, we know that a budget is just a plan for our money. A budget is going to tell us where everything is going to go and when. I do a zero-based budget, so I start from zero. I make sure I pay all of the bills, the expenses, and then from there, anything that's left over, that will be allocated to different places. So, at all the times, you have to be able to make adjustments. You can't just be stuck on, well, we're supposed to put $100 into the miscellaneous envelope. But if you don't have $100 to put into the miscellaneous envelope and you only have 10, put the 10, Don't just not put it in there because you don't have the $100. Put the 10, and then you can adjust as time goes on. You need a budget to make sure that you are controlling your finances. Controlling your finances is going to be very important for you when you're trying to reach this ultimate goal. Like I said, you want to know where everything is going. I don't care if you're buying a $2 cup of coffee. Where did that money come from? And then when did you spend it? And how much do you have left? Those are the things that you need to know. And then what is going to help you with when you get this budget together? A budget is beneficial for you and your family because you will have an idea of what you're spending, what's coming in, where is it going, and then how you're going to reach this goal that you have set for yourself. And then after your budget is done, You need to make sure you have a plan of management. How am I going to manage all of this different money that I have saved or put away or whatever? How are you going to manage that? So first things first, when you're setting up a budget as a parent, you need to know how much is coming in. What's your income? What is the amount of money that's coming in from everywhere? If you're getting, if you have a job, if you have a business, if you're getting Social Security, if you're getting a pension, if you're getting disability, whatever income you have coming in, child support, I don't care what it is, you need to write that down and write it all together, total it all up so you know exactly how much your income is. Then you need to write down everything that you pay, all the fixed expenses that go out the door. It could be mortgage, rent, cell phone bill, car note, car insurance, dental insurance, medical insurance, vision, life insurance, all of these different things that you pay that is the same amount every single month. Make sure you write all of those down, and then you get a total of those. From there, you have your income, you have your expenses, you subtract your expenses from your income, and that is the total amount of money that you have to work with. Now, from there, that's when you start setting up your variable expenses or your budget for other things that you might want to do. So like I said, what I do is, let me get it real quick, sorry. I have this binder that I use, and I don't know if you've seen those videos. I have a budget binder, and in here, I have all of these different envelopes. So all of the envelopes say something on them. They say summer because I make sure I save for my son's summer program. I have investing because I invest in stocks. Business, I put money away for my business. Vacation, that is something that we do every year, or a couple of times a year, so I make sure I keep money in there. Some people celebrate Christmas, I do, and so we have a Christmas one. Cars, etc., etc. So in here, and you don't have to use a fancy binder like this. You can use, like I've said before, envelopes like these. And you can use these envelopes and then put on them, and these are like from the dollar store, okay? So, and they come with what, 100 in a box? And on these envelopes, you can put exactly what you are putting in there. So like I put in here the different titles, you can put that on these envelopes and have them somewhere, stashed somewhere. If you're going to have envelopes like this open, I would suggest having a file cabinet that you can lock, or a, what do you call that thing? A safe that you can lock. Something where, you know, maybe you and your husband or spouse or whatever, only, or your significant other only have access to it, not the children, and not the babysitters, not the people that come in to fix things in your home, just you and your significant other. And that way you can keep track of your money. You make sure that you know what's going in there, what's coming out, what are you guys spending, and it'll help you a lot. So when you have these, so once you have your, like I said, so once you have your income, expenses, subtract your expenses from your income, that's how much money you have to work with. Then you budget off of that, okay? And what your budget is going to say, okay, I spend $400, this is just $200 a month, let's say, on self-care. Then you're going to put $200 a month on gas. That's not realistic, but you know. $200 a month on groceries. $200 a month going out. However much you have left. So say you have left $1,000 after you've went through that 200 four times. 4 times 2 is 800. Now you got $200 left over. So that $200, what I do with my extra leftover, I allocate that to myself. So I say, okay, so now I have $200 left over. And that's where, for me, these envelopes come in. Let me get my other one. So I literally use these paper envelopes for my weekly, it's turned around, but you get the gist. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So what I do is the money that's left over, the $200, I will take that and I will divide that by 4. And so 200 divided by 4 is $50. So I will take that $50 and allocate $50 a week, because there's about 4, sometimes 5 months. There's 4, sometimes 5 weeks in a month. But I usually only have these 4 envelopes and I fill them accordingly and I divide by 4. So I take that $50, okay, and I put it in my weekly envelopes. So then that tells me, okay, every week, I call it fun money or me money or whatever. Some people call it different things, but I use this money for whatever I want to use it for, okay? So I get $50 a week to do whatever I want to do with it. And at the end of the week, if I have money left over, guess what I do with the money that's left over? No, I do not roll it over to the next week. I take the money that's left over and I put it into a what? Savings account. And if I'm making so if you have your goal set, say your goal is to take a vacation to Paris next year, right? Okay, so you take that extra money that was left in week 1's folder and you put that in your vacation fund. And hopefully you have watched me enough to know that it is beneficial for you to take that money and not just leave it in your safe or leave it in your file cabinet or in your house. Take that money and put it into a high yield interest savings account, a CD account, or an IRA account if you don't need to touch it anytime soon. And that way you're going to earn interest on the money that you're saving, and then that money will be working for you. So hopefully this first step in setting up your budget has helped you. And then next time we're going to unpack getting to that goal that you have set so that it looks realistic. It's right there and it's, at your hands, at your fingertips. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want one of these beautiful budget binders, I have them in white, black, pink. Go ahead and click the link down in the description box. I'll put the link to them there. And like I said before, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I went too fast, I went too slow, you need to add more information to it, go ahead and leave that down in the comment section. I will definitely respond. Thank you for joining me and have a good one. Bye.